Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. We're ending this show here in San Diego, where environmental activists are fighting plans to store 3.6 million pounds of highly radioactive nuclear waste on a popular beach in San Diego County, just about an hour north of here. In 2012, a radioactive leak at the San Onofre nuclear power plant forced an emergency shutdown. The plant was fully closed in June of 2013. Now residents are fighting the permit issued by the California Coastal Commission to store the millions of pounds of nuclear waste in thin stainless steel canisters within 100 feet of the beach. The facility began the decommissioning. We are joined now by Ray Lutz, founder of Citizens Oversight, which has filed a lawsuit challenging the expansion of the nuclear waste storage facility. We just have a few minutes, Ray. Explain what's happening.
Well, this is a ridiculous move by this for-profit corporation to avoid public scrutiny. The 3.6 million pounds, only 100 feet from the ocean, only inches above the saltwater line at high tide. And, now they have authority to leave this here forever, according to the Department of Energy, because there is no alternatives, they say. Our lawsuit, though, we're saying, they didn't investigate any alternatives, and there are other places, better places to put this than right here, right next to the beach. This is this government, regulators plus corporate profiteers equals insanity sort of math equation that you get out of these for-profit corporations. It all comes back down to the military-industrial complexes forcing these, the mindset, sort of Trump mindset of we want to be first in the nuclear world, is these plants are very uneconomic. They shouldn't be used at all. Plus, we've got all this waste that's piling up at 100 places around the country, which are virtually terrorist targets now. So we need, as a community, to really look at and make sense of what these decisions are. And if you leave it to the for-profit corporations like Edison to decide these things that may be here for decades, if not centuries, based on their next quarterly report, you're going to get really bad decision-making. That's what it comes down to in this case. Meanwhile, we have the $3.3 billion price tag they want the community to pay for this closed plant due to Southern California Edison's own mistakes in their design process for the steam generators. Shut down in 2012, a radioactive leak, and now we know that it's because they were trying to uprate this plant to try to get more out of it through design, pushing the design more than it should have been with these new steam generators. And we're glad that it shut down. It's a great thing to have this plant, this waste-generating plant shut down. But now they want the customers to pay for the plant for 10 years as if it's still operating, and for them to even make a profit on it after their failure. So that's also in a mediation mode. We have 10
seconds. What is the larger message you feel is important to send regarding the decommissioning of nuclear plants around the country dealing with their nuclear waste? 10 seconds.
This is the biggest human blunder of all time. These nuclear plants are uneconomic. They should be all shut down. We've got to really push hard to get this industry to stop.
Ray Lutz, I want to thank you for being with us, founder of Citizens Oversight. As we continue our tour around the country, tonight I'll be in Los Angeles at the Emmanuel Presbyterian Church on 3300 Wilshire Boulevard speaking. Then Thursday at noon in Los Angeles at Skylight Books. And at 7 p.m. on Thursday night, I'll be in Santa Barbara at La Casa de la Raza, Friday in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and on Saturday in Arizona and Houston. I'm Amy Goodman. Thanks so much for joining us.